in regards to drug crimes in the state of Arizona, they have what's known as the statutory threshold. And what that means is if you possess certain drugs that exceed a certain weight, you are above the threshold. And automatically you can be charged with a higher felony for possession for sale. Obviously, if you had 300 pounds of marijuana, you're not going to say that's for personal use. But the statutory threshold is 2 pounds. And there are a lot of people in Arizona, if you also weigh the stems and the seed and the shake and all of these things where it exceeds 2 pounds, even though the buds, or the actual smokable part of marijuana, is under 2 pounds. And people get charged with being above threshold. That's where a good attorney steps in, makes sure that they weigh only the buds, or the part that can be smoked with the THC in the cannabis, and you try and get rid of the statutory threshold allegation. Then it can drop down. The difference between being above threshold on marijuana, let's say, possession for sale, is automatic prison time. Yet if you're below threshold, automatically you are what's called Prop 200 eligible if you have an attorney that can show you're not selling marijuana. That means you can do probation, counseling, and ultimately get the charges dismissed. In regards to other things they look for possession for sale, they look to see if you have the paraphernalia, such as small baggies for individual weighing, scales, a ledger with multiple names of people that you may have sold and bought from. Now, most people who get arrested and a search warrant executed, they don't find anything except maybe a scale. And the baggies, not really fair, because people will break up their marijuana who are using it for personal use, because they may travel somewhere with it, maybe for medical purposes, maybe just for recreational uses. But you need to have an attorney who can prove to the government that you are not selling drugs. In regards to cocaine, this is where it gets touchy. Cocaine in powder form, 9 grams is a statutory threshold. However, cocaine in rock form, or crack, is only 3/4 of a single gram. So that means if you are somebody who has a rock cocaine on their possession, they're almost automatically looking at above threshold. Some people call this law racist, because what it does is the rich people in Scottsdale who can afford powdered cocaine, that's a lot more cocaine. But if you're poor in the poorer areas of Phoenix and you have a rock of cocaine, automatically you're looking at prison time. They're trying to change these laws. We've been involved in some efforts with the legislature, and hopefully that will change. The federal government used to give you 1,000 grams or a kilogram of cocaine. Once you hit their threshold, it was 20 years in prison. However, if you had 50 grams of rock cocaine, it was 20 years in prison, actually 20 to life. They have now changed the law to where it's 1,000 grams on both, and hopefully the state laws will change in the near future. If you've been charged with a crime, or you're worried that you're about to be charged with a crime, call my office. The law offices of David Michael Cantor at 480-858-0808. Many attorneys claim that they're aggressive. I heard this everywhere. And I finally said, if they're aggressive, what are we? And I came up with beyond aggressive. I actually trademarked that in the mid-90s because I thought it applied to us. And I truly believe that. And people will say, what exactly does that mean? I say it means we go to trial more than any other law firm in the state, and I can back that up on our website. We list all the trials where we've gotten complete acquittals, every single charge dismissed, well over 100, or where we've received partial acquittals, knocked down the multitude of charges and maybe lost on just a couple lower charges. I can back it up. It's on our website with dates, courts, names, you name it, it's there. But give us a call.